Preparing for live stream via Zoom. Every time I think it's not recording, it actually is already recording, and I'm actually already live, even though on the Zoom thing. So super. Yes, and it is. So hey, Airial, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm super well. So hey, everybody, welcome to my live. It's Aprille Hunt, Master Coach and President of Coach Speak and Serve, also the administrator of the Community Coach Speak and Write for Profits. Super thrilled to be with you this morning. After I pulled an all-nighter, went to bed at 6 a.m. and we were supposed to do this like an hour and a half ago, and so here we are. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, I am. Super thrilled. Again, if you are watching this stream live, today we are talking about going for the jugular. Going for the jugular, I'm going to bring back Airial in just a moment because I want to talk to you about, this whole component of being on and your purpose within your business and some of the risks and things that you have to take as a result of saying yes to the thing you want to do, whatever it is. Last night I posted on Facebook, whether you want to cupcake shop, you want to coach people, sell books out the trunk of your car, make tires, it doesn't matter. You really have to go for the jugular on purpose so that you can make some things happen. And sometimes you got to do some wild and crazy things. So this morning, thank you guys for joining. Thank you. Let us know where you're viewing from. I have a guest that I'm going to bring on. You guys just saw her. She said hello. So make sure that you tag someone. If you haven't already shared this broadcast, make sure that you do that, because we are talking candidly this morning about going for the jugular with Miss Airial Dandridge, which is the veteran woman. Super thrilled. Airial, welcome to my stream.
Thank you. Thank you.
Airial is also one of our EPIC ambassadors for our EPIC conference that's happening next week in Dallas, Texas. And so this morning, the reason why we're talking is because, as an entrepreneur, new into entrepreneurship, Airial, we were, we had the opportunity to do a wild and crazy thing. I don't even know if it's been a week, but whenever it was last weekend, I want to talk to people about that. First of all, can you just tell people what you do?
Yes, I'm a certified life and veteran development coach and founder of The Veteran Woman. I am a veteran. I served 12 years active duty in the Army. And the whole purpose of The Veteran Woman is to create a space for women veterans to reestablish their identity, purpose, community, and livelihood after transitioning out of the military.
That is a great statement, and that is very clear. So if you all know any veteran women, make sure that you send them in Airial's direction. Why was this important to you to start?
It was important to me to start because when I transitioned, I always say I thought I was ready. I did IT in the military, so from layman's terms, everybody's like, oh, that's easy to get into, and it fairly is. I had resume. I actually had a job right when I got out, but I wasn't ready for that emotional toll that the transition took. And nobody talked about that. Nobody talked about, the missing, the things that you miss that we take for granted while we're in. And then as I started reaching out, I found out that more women veterans and more veterans in general are feeling the same way. You feel like you're lost, you're stuck, like you lost identity. Civilian world is just so different. So it is. I'm feeling that need because I understand.
What's interesting, I'm an Army brat. My father was in the Army for 22 years, and I've seen what that transition looks like. Mm-hmm. Listen, if you're just not joining us, I'm Aprille Hunt with Airial Dandridge, who is the veteran woman. And if you know someone that's serving in our armed forces or any part of the military, please tag them. If you know a veteran woman, tag her so they can watch and view this information so they can connect. Because civilian world, which is everyone not in the military, for those who don't know what that term means, a civilian is all of us. Everyone who is not in the armed forces, was in the armed forces, we're civilians. And so it's really important that they have those different things. And so I think it's great when we find a need like Airial did, and then you can create a movement and a business and a brand around that need. So Airial, first of all, it's a huge risk. And the title of this live is Going for the Jugular, right? On purpose. And when you think about that, one of the things I mentioned earlier was we had I guess last Thursday or Friday, talking about going for the Jugular, I posted on Facebook that I needed someone to drive me to Dallas, Texas, then Austin, and I'm in Oklahoma. And because I had all these different things to do, and you saw that, and again, you know, I want to get, before we give everybody the secret goods, I want to tell people, like, what has the journey truthfully been like for you just as an entrepreneur? You're coming out of one career, okay? So for those of you watching, no matter what career it is, you're coming out of a career or you're trying to transition. How has it been with the entrepreneur space as we know it, with all this digital stuff and everything you need to know?
It was definitely a learning curve. I've had my own business before. I did graphics, kind of like online based. I actually had a candle shop, which was a retail brick and mortar. So I dabbled in entrepreneurship a little bit, but this one was a learning curve because I went into life coaching, which was completely different for me, and just building from ground up. And just not sure where to go, if there was a need or how people would respond. But it's been so fulfilling, and I love, love, love it. And I'm continuing to grow. I'm not perfect by any means, but I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. And the ability to help and serve others is a major plus.
So what would you say has been the most challenging thing, you know, coming out of one career path that's totally different from this more purposeful, you know, thing that really is, you know, something that, I mean, it's something that you needed when you needed it. So how has that been for you?
Like I said, that transition was tough. And I spent about a year or two just in deep depression, not knowing what to do, like loss of identity, not having the support system that I was used to, that camaraderie. But now with building the Veteran Woman brand and doing what I do, I'm starting to get that identity back, the camaraderie, the friendships, and building that. So in that aspect, it's kind of like being in the military. Yeah. Because in the military, you have your main job. So like mine was IT, but then you have these other duties, alternate duties, special duties, and you're like a jack of all trades kind of. And so entrepreneurship fits in that for me. Mm-hmm. So I get to travel here, there, meet new people, and do different things. So it's definitely not boring. And it's definitely not for the weak at heart.
Right. I don't know any bored entrepreneurs. Let me just say.
If you're bored, something's not right.
Something is not right. So with that said, we talk about this trip, right? And I put this post out. You answered it. A few people answered it. You were one of them. I think you may have been the first or second person to answer it. When you saw that, again, we're talking about going for the jugular on purpose. Sometimes you have to do what other people deem that are risky things. So when you saw it, what was your first thought?
I'm doing it. I'm like, Aprille, I think I answered the message, I commented, and then I send you an inbox, and I'm like, I'm on it. I'm 4 hours, give me 4 hours, and I'll be there, because it's a 4-hour drive from Kansas to Oklahoma City. And I was like, I'll be there. So, and you messaged me back because you were on Facebook Live. And I'm sitting here at the house just pacing like, okay, let me know so I can just jump in the car. And I literally, my eyebrows weren't done. I hadn't washed clothes. My car was a mess. But I was like, it doesn't matter. I'm going. And I literally just jumped in the car and headed out. And I was telling people like, yeah, I'm going to Austin. They were like, for what? I don't know. Aprille needs a ride. I'm going.
So here's what's interesting, right? For those of you watching, first of all, thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't shared this broadcast, please do. We're having a candid conversation right now with Airial Dandridge, the visionary behind the Veteran Woman, and we're talking about going for jugular and your purpose and the things that you believe that you're called to do in business and life. And so if you haven't already shared or tagged someone in the military or a friend that can utilize this message that's wanting to build something, then please do that right now. So Airial, you said you started telling people, and what did people say? Were they like, are you nuts? Like, are you groupie? Like, what's your problem?
They're like, you're just randomly going to Austin and you don't know what you're doing. But part of them, most of them are veterans as well. So they were like, we do crazy stuff anyway. Yeah. And I was like, that's too easy to go. But some of them were like, well, doesn't she have people in Oklahoma City that can take her? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm going. I was like, this is Aprille. It's a big thing. She's the host of Epic. I'm going. I just need to go. And so they're like, okay, let me know when you get there and when you make it back, when you get to Dallas, when you get to Austin, so we know you're safe.
Right.
And I'm just bubbling the whole time. So it wasn't even a question. I didn't have a second thought about it or anything.
What did you think you were going to gain, though, right? So you were in servant mode, like, okay, here is, someone that I respect, and, this is an opportunity for me to, were you thinking, okay, I could, because I said in the post that I'll be your coach for the weekend, and that's exactly what happened. And,
yes.
So what was your, when you were driving down to OKC, which was 4 hours, and then we had to go from Oklahoma all the way to Austin at some point. And this is all within, mind you guys who are watching who don't know this story, if you're not on my email roster, you should be, because we chronicled about it the whole time. This was like Friday at 5 p.m. And I was like, I gotta be in Austin tomorrow at 8 a.m., right? At 9 a.m. I gotta be in Austin. So you're leaving from Kansas City. So while you driving down, were you thinking I'm crazy? What were you thinking when you just said, okay, I'm just gonna jump out there and take this crazy risk?
I was like, I'm crazy. I don't even like driving at night. And then we still gotta go to Dallas. And I was like, but another part of me was like, it was okay. It was no question about it. This was a godsend. This was my opportunity, and I had to jump for it, even if it seemed crazy, if it seemed last minute, whatever. And also, like, this is the one weekend I didn't have anything, like any major appointments, or that I wasn't already out of town. So I was like, it was perfect.
Oh, that's so great.
And I had also talked to you about one of your programs, and I was like, I don't have the finances at the time, but tell me, how can I serve to
Listen, that was about 3 weeks ago, wasn't it? That was about 3 weeks ago.
To get into
pain.
Yeah. So and I posted on my Facebook, I said, sometimes God will put an opportunity in front of you to open up that humbleness, that servanthood, because that opened me up, because I was like, tell me how I can serve you, whatever you could teach me some of my mop floors, whatever. I wanted to be in your presence and to learn. And it wasn't necessarily to ask you a million questions. It was just to be in your presence, because the way I learned from just even being a fly on the wall.
Absolutely.
And I remember telling you, I'm not going to stop until you tell me yes. I'm not going to take no for an answer. And I don't do that. That's not my norm, because I don't like to beg or anything, but I wanted to serve, and I wanted this opportunity. Yeah. And then when I saw that Facebook post, I was like, I'm going to show her how determined I am. And after the weekend, looking back.
Oh, wait, no, don't tell them yet. Don't tell them you're looking back. Hold on. Wait a minute. They don't get that yet. So
okay.
So you get here, you pick me up from my apartment building downtown OKC. My husband, you come in, go to the restroom. I'm already packed. We got tons of crap in my car, which was dusty as hell, by the way. Take everything out. We rearranged stuff in your truck, put everything in, which was a godsend that you had the truck. Okay, right. And then, because we were dropping off a ton of stuff for Epic.
Mm-hmm.
So we had screens and boxes and projectors and all kinds of crap. Okay. And we left. I started off driving. I was like, okay, I know she's tired, so I can start off driving. Drove. And when we got to Dallas, what was you thinking on the drive down? First of all, were you blowed? Or were you just like, oh my God, like this is really happening? We're really doing this. We're really going to
when I came into your place, I was like, this hadn't sunk in yet. Because I watch you on live all the time. So it was like, okay, I'm really here. This is like not online. This is like her for real. I mean, you gave me that hug, which was, I'm a hugger. And it was like so genuine. And then I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm here. It started to sink in. And then we got in the car, and you in that parking garage, I was like, okay, yeah, you be mad at me. And you were like, I love to drive. I'm like, let's roll.
And she has a big truck, and I was whipping that baby. So.
Yes, you were. And I can't even remember what we talked about that night.
Well, you know what's funny was I did something, like we were talking about your business, like we was on 35 South, and I did something. You was like, oh my God, she's the same online as not.
Oh, yes. You said something in response to a question I answered or something. I was like, yep, this is Aprille. Lord have mercy.
Trapped in the truck.
It was that tough love that came out somehow or something. Yeah. But I mean, it was amazing.
So we're going down. We get to Dallas. It's like 1:30 in the morning. Again, we're talking about going for the jugular. This is the story that you want to hear. So we're driving down. We get to the hotel. I check in. It's like 1:30 in the morning. And we still got to get up, get some kind of sleep, and go to Austin. Now, mind you, this whole time, you've been following me, you've been in the community, but you have not been living, you haven't been doing all that. As soon as we get into the hotel, you decide to jump on Facebook Live. First of all, why were you afraid to get on the screen and talk to the people before that? And what gave you the courage to just, you know what, do-rag, headscarf, clothes, and funk? What gave you the courage?
Well, I don't know why. See, now I'm like, I don't even know why I hesitated. It was because I didn't color my hair, having a do-rag on, putting on makeup, what to wear, what to say. It was just all of this negative talk and limiting beliefs about getting on Facebook Live. And then I think you jumped on first, and we were taking pictures and stuff with snacks and everything. And then after that, it just kept rolling. I went live the most this past weekend than I have over the whole entire time. Because I was getting notifications from Facebook like, congratulations, this is your such and such amount of broadcast. Oh, this is your biggest broadcast. And I fell in love with it. And I remember you telling me get some sleep. And I'm there trying to get some sleep. And then I'm like, no, I got to go live. I got to go live.
Right. I'm like, where's Airial? And I'm looking at my phone because I'm at the event. And I'm like, why is her ass live? So we get up that morning. We literally didn't go to bed till 3:30. It was like a good night, John Boy. Didn't I say good night, John Boy, both nights?
Yes.
Good night, John Boy. So we get up early. Well, neither one of us are morning people, but I was already talking early. As soon as don't I wake up talking?
Yes. And then you woke up with that alarm that made me have flashbacks of being in Iraq. So I was just like, I'm up. Okay, I'm up. Oh God, what is going on? And then you're talking and I'm like, not right now. And I need food. And I remember you talking about, you were in the army, you should be used to this. And I said, but they feed us. Nothing else. They feed us. So take me to get some food and my coffee.
So we hopped in the car, determined. And again, the reason why I needed the ride was because I needed to drop off the stuff for Epic, but I still needed to get work done that I needed. And I needed my hands. Obviously, I can't be on a laptop and drive at the same time. But I started off driving that morning, and we stopped at McDonald's, and we just kind of headed out, and then we ended up switching, and we get to Austin. And then what was your thought process? You didn't even know where we were going, which we were at the Media Summit, which is put on by Blog and Walk Around. And I wanted to go and support my super friends because they were going to be there. It really honestly wasn't about the event. The event was great. Yes. It was really because I'm supporting people that support me and support me. So what did that do for you that, what was your thought around, okay, she feels like she has to be in this place? And did you take anything away from that?
Oh my goodness. So we got to Austin and we got to the conference. And again, thank you for getting me into the conference. I mean, everything was just, okay, I don't want to tell too much. So we got to the conference, and first of all, it was about social media. So the conference alone, I was like, oh yeah, I need to be here. And then I was at Epic last year, so I was already familiar with Jay Stone, Dr. Dre. I've been Facebook friends with Lamar and Ronnie Tyler, and I got to meet Stacy finally, and just seeing them and meeting them in an intimate space, because I was at the table with y'all,
yeah,
and just to see how the the beauty of a mastermind comes together, and how you're willing to run up and down the road to support each other, and just how you all were just so laid back and real. And it was just amazing. And I'm sitting there at the table like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh,
now,
oh my gosh.
Into this, because people don't know. So we're all, you know, kind of in a mastermind together. Not all of us, but some of us are. And so because one of the things I was saying was, when you get in the room with people who are doing things that on a level that you aspire to be, our interactions are very different. And you can share candidly, like how ideas, and I mean, as soon as I sat down, we were already JVing with the girl that has 300,000 Instagram followers, and now we're talking about this, and this is flying around. Like, what was that experience for you? Just in the level of, and it's a little bit of Tourette's. Like, we're just kind of, can you share a little bit?
But I loved it, because so the conference is going on, so I'm listening to whoever's speaking and taking notes on my phone, and then y'all are talking and communicating and collaborating, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I think I was in shock all weekend. But it's just like, okay, and just I can't even explain it. It was just like, wow. And then I step back and I'm like, I'm here. I'm here in Austin, and I'm at this table with these influencers, and like, I felt a part. Even though I was quiet and I was being shy, I was like, you know what? I need to stop being shy. So that's when I was starting to volunteer about talking and stuff when the conference was going on.
Yeah.
But just getting to meet the people one-on-one, face-to-face, that meant a lot too. Because a lot of times I'll meet people like at Epic last year, and I'm just like, okay, that's Aprille. Okay, that's Dr. Dre. Okay, that's so-and-so. But this time it was like, hi. And you helping introduce me helped too. And I was like, hi, I'm Airial, and da-da-da-da-da. So, but just feeling that energy, I love it, because like you said, on another level, and you're not competing with each other.
No.
You're automatically firing. It's like, okay, I need to do this, or okay, I don't understand this, or okay, I'm thinking about this, and then everybody chips in, and by the time you're finished, within 15 minutes, you've built a whole nother program or a whole nother extension of your brand, and it's just amazing.
It's amazing. And that's one of the things that I want people to know, is that when you connect with people that are really graduating out of one space and into something else, right? It's all just like life is like school. You know, we start in kindergarten. We don't even start in kindergarten. We start crawling at home, right? And then we're always graduating into our next thing. So Airial, you know, so some people would have called you crazy, but you're sitting there thinking you couldn't even pay for all of that.
I remember asking you, like, how much would you value that weekend?
Yes, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, because to get in the intimate space, so then we're at the event. I see you fading. I'm like, okay, she needs some sleep. I'm like, let me take her to the hotel, because we hadn't even checked in. We left Dallas and went right there, and we hadn't even checked in. We just went right there, bags, and I mean, literally, you guys, it was a freaking gladiator weekend. Lost since 3:23. That's a real thing. Like, we were just like, okay, we are beelining it, and we're gonna be there.
Getting dressed or getting prettied up in the.
We put on wigs in the gas station. Somebody hashtag on purpose, okay? when you have an intention about doing something and there's a goal, nothing should be able to stop you from getting there.
Yeah.
Especially when the intention is strong enough and it's a part of your core values. So Airial, okay, so let's fast forward a little bit. So we go to dinner Saturday night. And at the dinner table, it's me, you, Lamar, Stacy, Roberto, Gina, Dr. Dre, Precious.
I think that's it.
Yes, and so we're sitting there, and that dinner was bananas. I was like, we're gonna get put out of here.
And I mean, we're all close, like in a booth. We're like, yeah, close.
Yeah. And so what was the just coming through that, and then what was your thoughts at dinner like? Because there was lots of ideas and lots of conversations, lots of things that came out of that. What was your thoughts just sitting at dinner? Like, okay, I took this thing, I'm going for the jugular, I'm inserting myself in this thing, I'm validating me. How did because everyone loved your brand. Everyone was like, it's great. So how did the dinner, what was that like?
That, like you said, validation and hearing from outside looking in about, and from influencers and people who are seasoned in entrepreneurship, hearing about my brand and getting that feedback meant a lot. That validated me, that helped me know, okay, I'm along the right track, and then getting feedback from it. And then, but sitting at that dinner table, again, I'm looking down the table, I'm like, wow, I'm at dinner. We're just here like at dinner, like best of friends. I mean, just like I'm here.
Sharing food, we got plates.
Yes.
Eating off each other's plates. I mean, literally, like, oh, girl. I mean, literally.
Let me have some of that. And I'm looking at your lamb chops like, man, those smell good. You like, you want some? Yes, please, thank you.
Right. And then Roberto came.
Oh my goodness.
And first of all, people don't even know that I just met him 10 minutes before dinner, and you
couldn't tell. You couldn't tell because of the connection. You couldn't tell.
Yes. And so that was really great. And
he had us in tears.
And we were, so literally one side of the table's laughing and joking. We're down there crying. Roberto starts talking. I'm like bawling at the table. I got my little napkin, like, you know, and then Roberto starts crying. Then Airial's like emotional. So we're all just like emotional because this thing, right, Airial, is so big. Like, once you can really feel like, okay, this is real. Like, you have something that someone needs. Like, and when you think about, because what we were talking about, the reason why we all got emotional is why we're doing this. And Roberto asked you something a really poignant question. And what was that?
He asked me, when the people who I work with, the women veterans, whenever I have an event or a program, what do they want to be, do, or have? And I started to answer, and he dug deeper. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow. And we always have that question of, what's your why? Why did you start this? But that question, be, do, and have, is what really resonated with me. And it hit me to the core.
Yes.
And then and I love how he asked your permission if he could step in and coach me.
Yeah.
Because I was there with you, and then you were like, of course, and then while you were in tears, and then I'm sitting there like, wow, this question, I really need to be able to answer this. Wow. And then how he offered to, coach me through that answer and finding that and gaining that clarity.
Yes.
And
so you guys, if you're connected to Roberto,
wow.
I can't even pronounce his last name, Lord.
Caldaria.
Tag him below. If you're connected to Ronnie Tyler, tag her. If you're connected to Lamar, tag him. If you're connected to Dr. Dre, tag him. Stacey Ferguson, Precious Bivens, tag these individuals because we want them to know that they make an impact, and you can make an impact as well. It's important to take the risk because you never know. If you're never in the room, you never know who you're going to meet, what you'll hear, what you'll see along the way. Sometimes it's not even about what you thought it was about. It's about something much more. And I definitely think that, we have to, as entrepreneurs and as purpose-driven people, take the risk on ourselves. And Airial, I just think that this experience was a great example. I mean, we emailed about it, and I wanted people to know, like, this is something that's for you. And while people may have thought you were wild and crazy, sometimes you got to do wild and crazy things, because I'm wild and crazy. Who posts on Facebook, I need somebody to drive me somewhere hundreds of miles away and be there in the morning, right? And so if you had to sum up, like, okay, I saw it, I did it, even with all the, people like with the uncertainty, it's like, oh no, it was something in you that was very clear that you needed to stretch yourself. Can you just speak to, what would you say, just like to sum up and that whole experience for you?
Like you said, take the risk. And even when something may seem crazy, when you have that pull, go for it. Because like I said, you offered coaching, and you did. But even just being in that space was incredible. Having you invite me to dinner, and like I was like literally with you the whole time.
Yes. Yeah,
which I wasn't expecting.
I got there and I ditched her. No, we was 8.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, the whole bathroom thing, stopping to get ready for the event at this rinky-dink ass gas. I'm a gas station snob. So at the gas station where we had to like line the counter with towels to put our stuff down, putting the wig on, pulling out the back, putting on makeup, right? I mean, it was just crazy. But then when we drove back from Austin to Dallas, I did your coaching. I was driving, you were writing, taking notes, and we switched. I was writing and you were answering. And so we got all that out of the way. So you have a blueprint on what you're wanting to do. And, you know, I definitely just want to encourage people to go for the jugular. And sometimes everyone isn't going to get it, but if you feel it, you know, I think you owe it to yourself to at least try, right? To at least try. So Airial, and then we got to OKC, and I was like, I'm gonna put you up in a hotel. So I put you up in a hotel, and I was, you know, and I took an Uber to my house. So once you got to the hotel, were you just exhausted and like, okay, this really happened? It was only a day and a half ago.
Yeah, I was exhausted because we had work, like the driving, and then my brain was like, pew, 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 because I just got like intensive coaching too, which I would have been fine without because even everything else was incredible already. And then I'm like, oh my God, we just like had this blueprint. I'm like, my mind was just blown. So I got to the hotel and I literally had a headache, but it was all worth it. I ate and then I crashed and the room was beautiful. I mean, even on top of that, I had like this gorgeous view. I had a balcony and I'm just like, it also taught me customer service. Yeah. Being real, being authentic, being open, being true to yourself, customer service, like all of that was a lesson in this.
Now, where did you mean in the way that I interact with people, or what do you say? Yes.
Because you told me that that's the hotel where your clients normally stay too. Yeah. And because I was looking out the window and I was like, wow, look at this beautiful view and the balcony. And I was like, wow, just a wonderful way to end the weekend. Yeah. And then I slept and everybody's like messaging me, like, have you left yet? Have you gotten on the road yet? I'm like, no, it's Marriott. Checkout's not until noon. I was going to stretch every bit of that. But finally I got on the road at like 10 and then I'm driving back and I'm just like, what just happened? What just happened? Did I really just do this?
Airial, to a person who, you know, because there's a lot of uncertainty in entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And, you know, I know if you're watching right now, whether you're watching live or the replay, you know, there's all kinds of uncertainty. And sometimes it's easy to give up and be discouraged when you don't have this or that. But I always say, and I said this to you, you either got to pay your way or serve your way. And I think when you have a true heart and you're willing to do either or both, I think beautiful things come out on the other side. So what would you say to a person who's feeling discouraged or just like, you know what, I don't even know if this is worth it, or feels like, you know, do people really want to listen to me? What would you say to them?
Get around like-minded people. Get around other entrepreneurs who can help feed you and help you get to that next level. Like you said, serve your way. I think me serving was better than even if I had paid you. I mean, of course I could have paid you, but it's just a whole different mindset.
It's a whole different mindset.
Because it took a lot out of me with the traveling, the wear and tear of the vehicle, the money, just all of that. It took a lot, but it was a sacrifice, a compromise. And so my heart was open. I was very humble and wasn't expecting not even a little bit of what I got. And I'm forever grateful. I can't even explain it. It was such an incredible experience. And so when you have that gratitude and that servitude, it takes you a long way. And building relationships is huge. That's another thing I saw. Building relationships. And it's not always about what can you do for me, but just coming from a true, authentic heart and spirit. And like I said, servitude.
Absolutely.
And gratitude.
Well, I certainly appreciate you. And like I said, it was my intention to coach someone. And I was willing to buy you a ticket to the event, which I did. I'm paying a hotel room. I'm going to buy some of your food. We're going to make it happen. We ain't going to get no sleep. I might cut you out along the way, but it's going to be all right.
It was so much fun.
I really did. I had fun too. So
it was fun.
Everybody's objectives were met. And remember yesterday, if you missed my live, I was talking about being on purpose, meaning intentional with what you're doing, not just passionate. Because we wasn't passionate about that road or losing those.
No.
But we were so on purpose about why we both needed different things. And what's great is that not only did we need different things, but so did the people that came in contact with us as a result.
Right.
I'll say this before we shut this down. Also, Jennifer, I think her last name is Gormer. Her mother was there.
Oh, yes.
Got stuck on a hill. And I saw it online. I don't know how. Either Jennifer messaged me or she knew I was going. She knew I was going. And once we got to the place, I just left Airial. I was like, I need your truck. I gotta go and get Jennifer's mom from down the hill. And I literally left because we were on a mountain and went down and got her and brought her back up. And that was a blessing for her. And this is what I'm saying. Everybody has purpose. We have all these intentions, but we need each other. Like, I wasn't even supposed to be at this event, or was I? Airial wasn't even supposed to be at this event, or was she? And what's interesting is Jennifer's mom had turned around to drive back to Dallas. And when I got that post on Facebook, I was like, tell her, don't do that. I'll come get her. And I went and got her and we took her back. And that was the beautiful thing. Like everything is happening. There's this energy and things I believe that are just shifting and moving around in the atmosphere. And if we are open to it, amazing things can happen. And so Airial, I think, is a beautiful example of that. I think all of us are, if we would be open to it. So I hope this live has been beneficial for you, for your heart, your soul. Again, tag a veteran person so that they can connect. And if it's a veteran man, he can connect other women that he knows, or Airial may be able to connect them with some resources. But this is really important. You guys can follow Airial where?
TheVeteranWoman.com.
TheVeteranWoman.com. And you can also follow her socially everywhere. You can just Google The Veteran Woman. Airial, thank you very much for playing with us this morning, this afternoon. I certainly appreciate you. Thank you for being my road dog for the summit, and even in the rain and the cold and all that craziness.
I forgot about that.
Right. You guys can catch Airial at Epic. She's actually our conference room captain. So you'll see her running the show with our team, Kelly and Rhonda and myself and all of our other ambassadors. So I look forward to seeing many of you all at Epic. Otherwise, that's it. We are signing off for now. Make sure you follow The Veteran Woman everywhere. It's Aprille Hunt, and I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.